Told me that this planet was small. We used to live in the same building on the same floor and never met before until I'm overseas on tour and peep this Ethiopian queen from Philly taking classes abroad. She studying film and photo flash focus record. Says she working on a flick and cut my click through the score. She said she loved my show in Paris at Elysee Montmartre and that I stepped off the stage and took a piece of her heart. We knew from the start that things fall apart, intent to shatter. She like that shit don't matter when I get home. Get at her through let her home. Whatever, let's get together. Shit, you think not? Think the thought went home and forgot. Time passed. We back in Philly now. She up in my spot, telling me the things I'm telling her is making her hot. Started building with her. I gotta let this hook go one more time. I'm sorry.
You got to.
I got you. I'm sorry. I was about to cut it out too.
Nope, don't you dare. Hey. Classic, classic, classic. Have you heard? So that's Erykah's version. Have you heard Jill Scott's version?
No, I haven't. Ironically, no, I have not heard Jill Scott's version.
Yeah, so Jill Scott's version is actually just as nice. I think I personally like Jill's voice better.
Really?
So I like her. Yeah, so I like her version better. Okay. But I mean, they didn't change anything else in the song. It's just her singing the hook.
Mm. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know till you just told me. That's sad.
Yeah, because I think if I'm not mistaken, Jill Scott wrote the song, but when it came to performing it, Erykah sang it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, well,
yeah, little hip hop R&B knowledge for y'all.
I sure got my knowledge today. But speaking of those two beautiful women, you know what's coming up, right? You know what's coming up.
Yes. Well, before we get started, welcome to Let's Keep It 100.
Yeah, I got all
Nicole Banks.
Got excited. I'm just Jackie.
Hey y'all. Hey. Thank you for tuning in again to another episode of Let's Keep It 100. Please reshare this broadcast on whatever platform that you're watching it on, whether that be YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook. Wherever you guys are watching us right now, please reshare this broadcast. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I believe today is the 6th. I believe it's May 9th. Erykah and Jill Scott are going to have their verses. Finally, the women are getting to perform.
Finally.
Oh my God, it's about damn time. And I had about 5 battles, and the women are finally getting to perform. And that's a really, really good. Well, I don't know if it's a really good match because I feel like Erykah has way more hits that people know about than Jill. I still feel like Jill is a formidable like a person to go up against. But I just feel like Erykah technically has more hits.
Okay, so I feel like Erykah does have more hits, but I think Jill can keep up with Erykah because when you listen to Jill's albums and just let them rock out, it's songs on her album that don't get no radio play, that don't get no airplay, but they are better than some of the radio songs they put on the radio. So I think she can keep up with Erykah. I think she can. Yeah. It's gonna be either way. It's gonna be dope.
It is. It's gonna be a dope battle. Because everybody loves both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves Jill Scott. Everybody loves Erykah Badu. But I just feel like as far as battling goes, as far as the battles, I can count off like a few more hits that Erykah has.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm rooting for Jill. That's why.
Oh shit. Hey, y'all, we live. Listen, Miss Nicole Banks will be right back. So until she comes back, listen.
I'm so sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Hey, y'all.
I was saying,
this shit is real. It's real, y'all.
But I'm definitely rooting for Joe.
Okay. Hey, I got a question. Can you see if we on Facebook?
Facebook. Let me check.
I know we on Instagram. I mean, not Instagram. Shoot. I know we on Periscope.
Yeah. So how's everything else been going with you?
Everything, you know what? Everything's going good. I'm kind of like, hey BJ, what's popping? I'm kind of like, okay, here's the thing. You know how I feel about my place of employment. And then we got the corona going on at the same time. And like the other day, I had did a post, how y'all doing? I want to know how y'all was doing because Jackie wasn't doing so good at our work was just like, ugh. And I can't. I feel like sometimes I can't breathe because if it was no corona, at least I can shut the computer down and hop in my car and go.
Right.
But I
Right.
can't do that. All I can do is shut my computer down. You know, I've been going for my walks and exercising, but sometimes I need more than a walk. Sometimes I need more than
Yeah.
cardio and shit. So,
Right.
you know, but overall, I am good. I am okay, you know, but I'm just wondering where's the light at the end of the tunnel type thing, whatever.
Gotcha.
But how
Gotcha.
you doing though?
I'm good. I really don't have anything to complain about. I'm blessed
Mm-hmm.
in that way. Because I've been saying that, for the last couple of weeks that we've been coming on here, that I really don't have anything to complain about. I know a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people have it way worse than I do. I am ready to start working. Fingers crossed, the job will start on the 18th. They
Okay.
kept pushing it and pushing it back, but they also
Mm-hmm.
have been kept giving me dates, so they still obviously want me to
Mm-hmm.
work.
I like that. I like that. I like
So I'm
that.
happy about that. I'll definitely be ready to actually get started on
Mm-hmm.
that. Obviously, I'm still a little bit worried about like being out, like and around people
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't had to. I literally have just been in my home, and once in a blue moon, I'll go to the supermarket or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but
Hmm.
other than that, I'm straight.
Okay, okay. Well,
Other than that, I'm straight.
I got another question for you, girl. Like
So it
you,
doesn't look like we on Facebook.
I can tell because I can see on my little monitor thing something's missing. So all right, I
Yeah,
didn't know
that's
which.
okay.
So we good. I didn't know which one was
Yeah.
missing. We could just post it on the page later.
Yeah.
So listen, I got another question for you while we here. Um, essentials. So essentials in our terms is different from where they say essential workers come to work, right? So what I'm
Right.
asking you, what are you doing for the lack of essentials in your everyday life? Like, what are you doing about hair? What are you doing about your manicure, pedicures? Like, what are you doing for like all like your self care type thingies? Like, how are you
Yeah.
handling it? What are you doing? What are you missing?
So I'm missing a lot. A lot of the things that I normally pay for,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I'm not able to do. So that is like getting my hair done. You guys, well, I don't know if you saw, but if you guys didn't know, like I totally cut off my hair. Totally cut off my hair. So I've just been throwing on the wig, and really, it's only like when we do this,
Mm-hmm.
or if I feel like taking pictures, because like if I'm just going to the supermarket or something like that, I'll just throw on a hat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the reasons why I did that because I didn't want to, be worried about it and how I was looking. And it's real easy because it's just a short curly fro to just throw the hat on.
Mm-hmm.
I am used to getting like my eyebrows done and lashes
Oh, you bougie.
and my nails and pedicure and all of that. So I just haven't been doing it. I just haven't been doing it. I've been practicing just because I want to get better with doing my lashes,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still not comfortable with like wearing them, like out or I don't know. Like I'm getting a little bit better, but I'm not comfortable yet.
Okay.
Um, so I've been lazy. I haven't been. It's not like I'm like, oh man, I got all this time. Let me go and learn how to do this or learn how to do that. My ass has been lazy. I haven't learned shit.
Okay, okay, listen. So we kind of opposite. We kind of opposite. So okay, so I got locks, obviously, right? And okay, now I am still a lover of wigs, but I'm letting I love my locks. I'm letting my natural hair breathe out and all that good stuff, right? But here's the thing: I didn't start my locks myself. I had a
Mm,
loctician, and then
yeah.
I migrated to a different loctician, and I will go see her on the regular, and I'm like, listen, I already had an appointment scheduled and everything before the Rona even hit real bad. Let me tell you how desperate I was. I texted her. faking the phone. I was like, oh, and I but telling the truth at the same time. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
my appointment reminder popped up on my phone, so I figured I just text you to see if you were like seeing people one at a time or whatever. So she's like, no. She's like, I'm not seeing anybody. You know, the government shut everything down. I said, I know. Like, you just popped up, so it's all, you know. So I'll see you
Right.
soon. So anyway, Jackie was struggling. I had to do it. Obviously, I got to do it myself. I ain't had no products. I ain't had nothing. So, y'all, I winged it the first time, and it was okay with my cleansing and retwisting. But I did buy some product to use to help with the retwisting and keeping my hair moisturized and all that good stuff. So
Right.
I learned how to do that myself. And honestly, somebody had asked me, you know, are you gonna go back to your lactician when it's over? Yes, because I can't style it. Like if I want certain styles, updos and all that stuff, I
Mm-hmm.
can't do all that. But I will say this: I probably go see her less than I used to. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Okay.
I'll maintain it more myself, and then just go to her like, hey, can I come get a quick, you know, style or whatever. So
Right.
as for my nails, we can't go to the salon. Let me tell you what I did. Bitch stocked up on press on nails. You hear me?
Yep.
Y'all,
Yep.
listen, ladies, go get you some press on nails. Press them. Okay, press them. Look like yours. They mine. I bought them. Just like hair. You bought it, it's yours. So get you some press on. And then, oh my God, for my feet, let me tell you something. I'm struggling with the feet, Nicole.
My feet are
Struggling.
not bad right now. I would not wear a pair of sandals right now. I would not wear a pair of sandals right now at all.
I am struggling with the feet, baby, but it is what it is. But other stuff, you know, like the little wax, I haven't had a wax in I don't know how long, but I do manicure. So, you know, whatever. So, but other than, so I've been learning how to take care of things on my own. And listen, as for brows and lashes, you already know I love putting on my brows when I do my makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like do the little mascara. I can't do lashes. Shout out to you for taking the time out to learn, because Jackie ain't doing it.
That's about the only damn thing I done did. I swear to God, I haven't done shit. I was supposed to like study a whole bunch of programs and
Uh,
stuff like the time.
nah, girl, we good. I ain't got time. So whoever's watching out there, you catching the replay, let us know how are you handling not being able to have your regular essentials taken care of by, you know, your peoples who was doing it before. So yeah.
Right. Well, and I hope that everybody is, doing as best as they could during this issue. It looks like some places are opening up slowly but surely. So, hopefully the cabin fever part of it will be over soon.
We'll see, girl. We'll see. Cause didn't the state of Georgia just open up everything and they already got how many new cases? The state of Georgia of all the states. I ain't gonna say
Right.
nothing else. I ain't gonna say nothing
Yeah.
else. Out of all the
Unless
goddamn
you
states you can open up, you gonna open up the state of Georgia. Okay. No shade to
unless
nobody that
you
lives in Georgia, but I'm just saying y'all already know. Y'all know.
shade. So let's get into our first topic. I'm not able to see the comments, so let me know if I'm missing anything.
I haven't seen any come through yet. I see people joining and popping in and popping out, but I haven't seen any comments yet.
All right, cool. Well, let's get into our first topic. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You have it right now? Because I sure don't.
We are raggedy.
My bad.
Okay, so our first topic is, when did us as Black women rely so heavily on the Asian market?
What a perfect segue. We're talking about beauty supply and beauty rituals and all that stuff. So great segue. Okay, so when did we as Black women start to rely so heavily on the Asian market for like our beauty supply products and our hair products especially? As I was thinking about it, so I've had several conversations this week on this topic, and as I was thinking about it, I feel like sometime between the 70s and 80s, where kind of like the natural hair and afros and stuff went out of style. And I think women had braids. A lot of women wore braids, wore natural hair, wore afros. Obviously, a lot of us had relaxers.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, that shifted. Some of us were wearing wigs and hair pieces. I want to say with like in the 80s and in the 90s, more of us started wearing weaves.
Yeah.
And less of us started wearing natural hair. A lot of us had, relaxers, jerry curls, even. Just like a process thing done to your hair.
Yeah.
So we weren't necessarily like having like, your maybe just your homegirl do your hair, or, going to a black beauty salon, or, just doing it yourself, actually, because it was natural. So you probably could just do whatever you could, or even if you had a relaxer, you could just curl it up, do whatever you want to your hair. But I feel like, again, like I was saying, at some point that shifted, and we have started to heavily rely on the Asian market for the majority, if not all, of our beauty stuff, like our beauty stuff, our hair stuff. Right now, I asked the question earlier, in your city, is there a Black-owned beauty supply store? And so many people said no, not in my city, maybe in my state. Yes, there is one, but it's like far away. There's only one. I looked up lists. A lot of them only had like one in the whole state. So I was just interested in that and kind of intrigued by it. The fact that as Black women, we spend so much money on our hair. We got to be the top spenders when it comes to hair, just by all the things that we do to our hair, right? If you're a Black woman, there's so many things that you can do with your hair. Like I already said, you could have it natural, you could have braids, you could have a relaxer, you could wear wigs, you could wear like we spend so much money, but so much of that money is not spent on Black businesses, like Black-owned beauty companies. And I want to know, like, why is that? Or when did that change?
My thing is, but was there ever though? Like, was there ever a time where we did own beauty salons or anything? I think it was just we just got so used to it. It was, to us, it was normal. I mean, if I see a Black-owned beauty shop right now, that's not normal. You see what I'm saying? As we were growing up, we always saw the Asian families owning every single wig shop, beauty salon, whatever, across town. And I don't, what? It's just weird. I don't know why our people didn't think about it before, about tapping into the market. I mean, we're doing it now within the last 10 years, do you think?
5, 10, yeah.
Yeah, tapping into the market. And I don't know if it's because there wasn't really a window of opportunity at that point in time. When I want to say when probably celebrity styling period, makeup, hair, all that stuff came into the forefront. You made me think that gave us a doorway, because there's a lot of Black women who are in that industry whose names are well known right now to this date, that people respect in the industry. So I'm just wondering, I don't know, why didn't we think about it before? I'm just trying to figure out why we just now, 10 years, and we're the main ones buying all the hair, and we doing the hair.
Right.
So why wouldn't you would think that would be one of the markets we tap into, but we're not.
Right. And I think on a smaller level, yes, on a smaller level, there are plenty of Black salons, Black-owned salons. There are women that kind of just make things like in their home or something, and you could just buy it from her, like, 'cause she makes it, naturally in her home, something like that. But let's say like a Clairol. I don't know of any brand that Black women can say this is a Black-owned business from 1900s. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like I feel like there are brands that we have, but maybe they were Black-owned, but now they're sold to somebody else. Like I feel like that was the story with Carol's daughter. I love Carol's daughter. When I lived when I lived in Harlem, they had a flagship store, and I used to go there and get like my products and stuff like that. They had one in Brooklyn. Now there aren't any flagship stores. You have to. The only way you can get the body stuff is online.
And you know what's sad about that? I think a lot of us, our culture gets caught up in that. We create a product that from the ground up. You
Hmm.
was really hustling in the streets, hustling at uh, hair shows or whatever, small
Right.
events in your town or going across country. You started getting notoriety, popularity in that industry, and then you get
Right.
this European country that sells you on a bigger dream, like, hey, I can make you bigger, I can put you in a whole nother market, blah 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 blah. Right? That's what happened with Carol's daughter. And
Yeah.
my thing is, for one, my question is, why wasn't there maybe a black millionaire that could have came in and did that and helped Carol's daughter go to the next level? Why did it have to be a European company? My thing is, I probably would have turned. Money ain't everything, guys. You know what I'm saying? But I think I would have. I think I would have passed, or I would have figured out another way, or I would have reached out to somebody. Jay Z, Hove. I got this company, in my ear, blah blah blah. I really want to stick with, black owned.
Right.
I would have petitioned some other people and let them know I got this company biting. Are you interested? And maybe she could have
Right.
kept it on the 100% black owned side, but she didn't. But I just don't understand. I'm not gonna sell. I'm not gonna sell my dream to another to somebody. She don't own it no more. She might be a part owner, but she ain't the majority owner. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what is your legacy to your kids now? You brought that from the bottom, and now you here, and now you ain't even the majority owner of a brand that you built from scratch.
Right. So that's the thing that kind of makes me that's the thing that kind of makes me sad about it, because I also feel like when something is black owned, some for some reason it's devalued, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
even mean by outsiders. I mean a lot of times by us. Like a lot of times, if we know that something is black owned, all of a sudden it changes the perception of what you have of that company,
Mm-hmm.
and whether it's subconscious or not, like it all of a sudden the value is brought down.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people have a different expectation. Like the expectations kind of change and switch once they find out something is black owned.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that we feel like, but it's like everything else, like proximity to like corporate and whiteness and all that stuff means more to some people than having it stay in the community, having it
Mm-hmm.
being black owned, having a legacy, things like that. It's really about, like you said about the dollar. I did have a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was saying she would do the same thing. Like if the money was there put on the table, she would take it, even though she did spend, 10 years or
Mm-hmm.
whatever building this company. And then the other point, I mean, I don't, it's easy for me to say that I wouldn't do that because the money is not right
Mm-hmm.
here in front of me. You know what I mean? Like, it's real easy for me to say that. But I feel like that just happens so often that it's one of the reasons why we don't have a huge brand that has been around for years. Maybe like Luster's. Luster's has been around for years.
Yeah, but
Um,
isn't Lester's part of Brown Brothers now?
I'm not sure. I know I was looking it up today and I saw that they were one on the list. And it's
Mm-hmm.
still in that there's still the CEO is still like a, what do you call it? A relative or whatever of
Mm-hmm.
the original owner.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
still black owned.
You know what I was finding out when I was getting really into my natural hair and all that stuff? And I started going to these natural hair shows.
Hmm.
A lot of these natural hair companies ain't black owned.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, so you're telling me Lotta Body, Revlon, and I'm just gonna say Dark and Lovely. All of them are owned by
Hmm.
the same mother company. And the
Okay.
owner and that mother company is owned by a white person. But y'all are selling and producing these products geared to black people, people of color. It's just crazy to me. So why would you, again, back to Carol or whoever, anybody other company that did that? Y'all know on the low low, a lot of these companies, these black hair care product companies are owned by Europeans. Why would you sell your baby to a European? Now when the European came to me, I'm like, oh, I must be on to something. That's
Yeah.
when you gotta start reaching out to your peoples, your culture who have money.
Right.
and be like, hey, I just got this offer, but this is what I really want to do. I want to keep
Right.
it owned by people of color. Are you willing to invest in my company so I can take it to the next level? They're going to research
Right.
that European company. Like, oh, damn, wow, they must see something. Let me invest in Carol's daughter. Or I would have kept doing what I was doing. It would took me a little longer to get those millions, but somebody else would have came along the way. I feel like a person of color, and would have
Yeah.
got her where she needed to be, or
Right.
she could have got a business loan and got herself to the next level. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know. So when I asked the question, a lot of people were saying, as far as like the beauty supply stuff, and even like hair, like our, hair weaves and wigs and stuff like that. A lot of it is comes from either China or India. And so that, I mean, I could see how they would have the market kind of locked on that, because it's not like Indian women here are cutting their hair off and having it processed here. You know what I mean? Like you do have to go to India if you want to cut out the middleman to do that, right? And then if they have the plants and the processing and all that in China, then yeah, okay, you do have to go to China and all of that. But the thing is, I just feel like because they have the market locked in, because it's a monopoly, right? It's so much harder for us to get into that business and to find vendors. So even if you do own this storefront, like you're still buying, your supplies are still being bought, in China, in the Asian market.
Right. Okay, so two things just popped in my head. First thing, we were talking earlier. There's nothing here stateside. There's no manufacturers here stateside, and we already know why there are no manufacturers here stateside. You cannot find cheap labor here. There's cheap labor in India. There's cheap labor in China, obviously, right? So
Right.
that eliminates why we don't have no warehouses or manufacturers here in the U.S. If there is a warehouse and a manufacturer here in the U.S., it's still owned by somebody from
Yeah.
India or somebody from China. Point that to the
Mm-hmm.
period. So my thing is, I hate to sound, but I'm just gonna say it. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep it 100. I feel like they don't like us black. They don't like us black people. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to work with us. So this is why if we did have a company, we would still have to have that middleman do the talking for us to get these products that we want or need, until eventually down the road they figure out, oh, she's the owner. This is who
Yeah.
I've been selling the product to. Okay, well, let me start talking to her directly and do business with her. But
Right.
you gotta have a middleman at some point, and then hopefully you won't have to have that middleman at the end of the day down the road. But I don't think they want to work with us, Nicole. I don't think they like us.
Well, I mean, that's probably true. It's probably true that they're not used to, working with us, because if they are normally working with people that are already in the market, already, or Asian people already, it would seem like an outsider type of situation if, let's say a, black woman comes over there, or comes to like the shows where they have the vendors and stuff at, and she has her money ready to go. She's talking whatever talk needs to be talked. I could see how they might say, well, wait a minute. You know what I mean? I'm normally used to dealing with so-and-so that I know, whatever. I just feel like something has to change. Something has to change, because we are spending billions. It's $1 billion industry. And for me not to be able to even, I mean, like one or two names that I can tell you, like I said, Luster's is one. Carol's daughter was another. Like I don't really know. I'm not able to just spit them off. I feel like I should be able to, because there's not that many even out there. You know what I mean?
Like, okay, so like when I was talking about the real popular hairdressers or whatever, what's her name? Kim something, Kimberly. She still have she had the reality TV show at one point.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. I don't know her last name.
It's
I
Kim.
know who you're
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
Kim something. She works with a lot of celebrities. So,
Celebrity.
but my thing is, where is she getting the hair from? She has a salon. Obviously, she has several salons. Okay.
Yeah.
Then she travels and she does celebrities' hairs and all that stuff. Where is she getting the hair from? Does she have a middleman? You know what I'm saying? Like who, or she talking to them directly now because she's already got that status quo.
Right.
I feel like I feel like it's about respect too. Like if I go to them and if she goes to them, they're not going to respect me as much as they respect her because she's
Yeah.
already an established business person.
Right.
I'm not established, and they don't think we're smart. They don't think we're intelligent. They don't think we can do business, and I feel like that's why they gravitate to the Europeans more than us. But girl, I don't know. We got to figure something out at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, we definitely need to figure it out. I've really been inspired, like I said, because it's been heavy on my mind lately.
Mm-hmm.
I've been inspired to talk to, women that do own their own beauty supply and see like what that process was like for them. You know what I mean? Like how difficult was it? What were the hardships or whatever that you had, even getting into the industry.
Right.
Even like nails and stuff. Like
Yeah.
nails. Like how often do you go to a black owned nail shop?
I only know of one, and Sierra introduced me to her. That's local, but that's not everybody else is Asian. That's it.
It's very few and far between. I can say maybe maybe two
Mm-hmm.
black owned nail salons that I've gone to, and when I was in whatever area, and I went to them regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I made it my business to go to them regularly.
Well,
But I had to seek it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like how it is. Like you can just go to whatever shopping mall and there's an Asian nail salon. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Asian owned.
well, shout out to J Omega's wife, because she does nails, but with all the
Yeah.
Rona stuff,
Right.
obviously it's slowing. But she got her nail tech what you call it, license and everything,
Like
and
yeah.
she doing her thing. But that's not my calling. Like if I'm doing something, getting something done, and I'm like, oh, I found an interest in it. Yeah, I'm gonna go and let me go make money off of this. My thing is, my interest was accounting. Okay, so
Yeah.
what did I do? I started my own tax and bookkeeping company. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm doing something I love, why not do it for myself and make some money for myself on the side too, while
Right.
I'm working for somebody else, getting paper
Right.
for them. So,
Right.
yeah, it's just, and then
It's
like,
definitely a bigger issue.
but you know what? I will say this about the men. You know how the tires and rims got all popular and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're still popular or whatever, but it's still tire and rim shops here. But
Right.
it's a lot of black men who own shops here locally in Hampton Roads. You see what I'm saying? So it's like these guys like to drive around with their booming system and their big wheels. It was like, hell, let me invest in on my shop. So why aren't we
Right.
doing the same thing with hair and beauty?
And well, maybe it's a little bit easier too, but there are plenty of black owned barbershops.
Yeah. Boom. Yep.
Plenty of black owned barbershops. But you know what? I think but again, like I said before, there are plenty of black owned hair salons. I think
Yes,
it's
that's
more
true.
the beauty supply. Like the beauty supply is what they have the lock on, and like hair products. Like I'm saying, like the stuff that we use, like moisturizer and shampoo, and like I feel like we don't have enough of those. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah. All right, I feel it, girl. I can dig it. I like
All right,
that.
let me fix my camera really quick
Okay, girl.
before we get into our next
Don't knock
topic.
it
But
down again,
talk.
girl.
I know, right? Keep talking, Jackie.
Okay, so yeah, y'all, that was a good topic. We can go on and on about that topic, and and drive it into a whole nother different direction if we chose to. But we're trying to keep the flow going and keep the topics moving. So whoever's watching the replay, feel free to chime in. Hit me and Nicole up in our on our Twitter, on our Instagram. Let's keep it 100, or I'm just Jackie, or Miss Nicole Banks, and let's keep this conversation going, and let us know how you feel about this industry and why we are dominating something that we actually invest and spend probably 80% of our money in. That's a big number.
Like
80% is a big number. That's a big number, girl.
I feel like I feel like we spend so much money, like black women, period. And it doesn't matter like what your style is. It doesn't matter if you're natural. If you're natural, you spend hella money on your hair.
I'm about to say,
if you have a relaxer, you spend hella money to get your hair relaxed, and then you got to keep getting it done. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you wear weaves, you know how much weaves cost.
Girl,
Do you know how much human hair costs? Wigs. You know how much wigs like.
you
So
know
it
I
doesn't
know.
matter like what your style is. We spend that money. That is essential to us. To Black women, hair care is essential.
Let me tell you something. I feel like it was cheaper before I did my locks to
Mm.
maintain my hair. Real
Mm-hmm.
talk, because I wasn't styling it or nothing. I would wash it, keep it twisted down, bust a wig on. Boom.
Right.
Now I got these locks, and then you got to go like every 30 days. Make sure you get it retwisted and stuff, like at least every 30 days. You can like wash and condition it in between yourself, but you can only let
Right.
this thing go so long without getting it retightened. Girl, you go up in there. I'm paying at least. I'm tipping. I'm gonna tip for your service, so I'm walking out paying at least $70. At least 70 to get it washed, conditioned, and retightened and styled. Boom.
Right.
Shit. I need a man to take care of this head. You hear me? But
I
no.
don't know, but we need to figure something out, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, I mean, there has a change. There has been like change. I do see, especially like with the weaves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty, the girls, going straight to the source. They going straight over to India. They going straight to China,
Yeah.
to get the hair and stuff like that. I just wish, and then, like I said, in doing my research, I even found two new Black-owned beauty
Mm-hmm.
supply stores
Mm-hmm.
here in Charlotte. So I'll
Okay.
do my best to spend my money there.
I
Um,
I will say, if you go on Instagram, it's a lot of hair companies that I'm pretty sure like you could build a relationship with, and you can buy the
yeah.
hair directly from them.
Hmm.
I don't know the quality of it or whatever. That's something that you would have to figure out in the future, but that's a good thing because it's making it accessible for us women of color who want to
Right.
aspire to do that. We have the access to go straight to these other manufacturers now. So yeah.
Right. 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 All right. Cool. So let's move on to our second topic.
Yeah, girl. What's our second topic? Yeah.
All right. So question.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone make you a better person, or is it that you are just ready to change? So a lot of times you'll hear women say, I was with this guy. I helped him out. I helped him fix his credit. I helped
God
I helped
damn.
him get a car. I signed a car for him, or just I helped him get a job. I
Mm-hmm.
helped him, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And I build him up. You'll hear women say that, or the opposite of that. You'll hear men say how they wasn't shit. They, didn't respect women. They would run around cheating. They didn't have a job. Whatever the case may be. But they met this woman, and she made them a better person. I hear people say that a lot, and it just kind of makes me think, is it that someone can really come into your life and make you a better person? Or is it just in that space and time that the person came into your life, you are now ready to change? What do you think about that?
Listen, first of all, you don't you don't get no notes for nobody that ain't your spouse. Okay, just wanted to say that. No notes, bitches. Okay, so I don't I don't feel like better we I don't feel like we build anybody up. I don't feel like if I was, if I had an ex and he met somebody and he's doing the things I was asking him to do with me, but he wouldn't, and now he's doing it with her. I wouldn't say I got him ready for her. I
Mm-hmm.
wholeheartedly believe that it's just on that man's time. We not listening enough to some of these men out here. I done heard several men say that it's they can't be rushed. It's when they're ready. And my thing was, if he was ready when he was with me, he would have did it. But he wasn't ready when he was with me. Now the thing is, how long do you stay with a person until are you gonna wait? Some women actually wait till that man is ready. They feel like he's worthy enough, or he's worth it. Let me put it like that,
Right.
to
Mm-hmm.
say I'm gonna be patient, and he's gonna mature, and he's gonna be ready. That woman knows that she ain't the one that's building him up, and she's not the one that's grooming him for somebody else. She knows that it's about time. So it's like, are you going to be patient and wait around for that time? If not, okay, you part ways. Now he's with somebody else. And he's doing whatever he was doing when he wasn't with you. I don't want to hear no woman say, I did this, I did that. I asked you to do this when we was together. Now you doing this with her. So you welcome, bitch. I got you. I got him ready for you, girl. No, it was just, it's a matter of time on his time. They're gonna mature. They're gonna mature on their own. You can't make a man mature before he's ready. And if you
Right.
think, and if you do, trust me, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work out. It ain't gonna work out. He's gonna end up resenting you, and he's gonna end up leaving you. So, but no, I don't believe nobody. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's a matter of time, and then I believe people can inspire you to be better, or to, I know. Let me take that back. I believe people can inspire you to start looking within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
come on, we know people who are the center of a lot of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
When that person gonna start looking at themselves and be like, I'm in this pot, I'm in this pot, I'm in this pot. When you gonna start trying to figure out, maybe you need to start looking at yourself and figuring out what's what. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So maybe people can inspire other people to start looking at themselves different and saying, damn, this person is inspiring me. Like, I can see myself going out there and starting my own accounting business or whatever. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before, that person wasn't even thinking on that level. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So I feel like people inspire you, but I inspire you to go ahead and make those changes for yourself, not for your partner. You see what I'm
The
saying?
relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I
I
feel about
think
it.
in my opinion, a lot of it does have to do with timing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, let's say there's a guy that everybody knows is like the neighborhood player or whatever.
I
You
was
know,
about to say
everybody knows
the
this
neighborhood
guy.
hoe.
I was gonna say ho, but
I
trying to
said
keep
it.
it PG.
I
Trying
said
to
it.
keep it PG.
I said it.
So everybody knows he's a player. He done been with so many women. And you know, maybe he's had good women in his life. Maybe he's had a woman that was, you know, well educated, you know, had a good job, was a good person. Everybody knew she was a good person. She did things in the community, whatever the case may be. And when they saw these people together, they said, well, damn, like, you know, she's a good person. I wonder why she's with him, whatever the case.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do her right. That doesn't mean that she wasn't a good person, but, you know, he's a player. He wanted to do his thing. But then he gets with another person, and she's also a good person. She's beautiful. She's educated. She's all these things. And he gets with her, and all of a sudden he starts to make changes. All of a sudden you see changes in him. You don't see him out as much, or he decided to, I don't know, go back to school, or, you know, whatever. He's just becoming a better thing now. He's loyal to her. He's not cheating on her, you know, all those things. What is it? Like, is it really that person that maybe it's a combination. Maybe he is seeing like, okay, something inside him is sparked. You know, he whatever they have going on, he has chemistry with her. He's falling in love with her. Maybe he is worried about losing her, right? So he knows that, hey, if I keep whatever this bad behavior up, or the behavior that I had with so and so, this person will lose me, right?
Yep.
So I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of timing. I don't think that people just change because there's a good person in their life. There are plenty good people that come into your life that don't make you change. But I do think that sometimes, like you said, you can be inspired, and then it also has a lot to do with like the chemistry that you have with that person. Because if you have good chemistry with that person, now all of a sudden you're in love, maybe it does make you feel like, well, damn, I don't want to lose this, so let me act right. Let me, you know, do this. Let me do what I need to do, or not do the other things that I used to do, so that I don't lose this person. And as far as like building people up, it does happen, but I feel like when you do that, like you said, you should just be doing that just to do it because you love that person, you care about that person. If you're doing it because you feel like you want that person to have some type of obligation to you now, or now that they are kind of indebted to you, like that's the wrong approach. You know what I mean? And it doesn't always work in your favor. You can give your life to somebody, and everything will be good, all good for the 5-10 years that y'all are together. But just because you did those things for them 5-10 years ago, that also doesn't necessarily mean that they're indebted to you for life. You know what I mean? Like, just because you helped me do my resume, or like help me get a credit card, or help me get a car 10 years ago, like that was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I feel differently today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I think people do it, especially women. We do it with the intentions or the thought that, he owes me. So then when you see them with somebody else, it's like, well, damn, you wasn't this good when you was with me. You didn't have a diploma or a degree when you were with me. You didn't have a car when you were with me. You didn't have all these things on your resume. You didn't have good credit. I did that for you. I built you up.
Listen, and I'm gonna tell you something. Maybe it's about the approach too that some of the women have towards the men. Like, some women badger the man. You know what I'm saying? You should be doing this. Why don't you think about getting your own business, and you could be doing that? And then the new person could be like, they could just be having a conversation. He could just be talking about something, whatever, and she could just be like, "Well, baby, have you ever thought about doing this for yourself, and starting a business for yourself?" That
Right.
totally different approach. The ex. This is what the ex has been trying to get you to do, but that's not how the ex was saying it though. The new lady
Right.
is like talking to you and listen. She's listening,
Yeah.
and then it's like, hey, have you ever thought about trying to do this yourself? And then
Right.
if she's business savvy, she might throw a couple of ideas, and boom, light bulb comes on with this guy. Like, damn, I ain't never thought about it like that.
Right.
She's inspiring him.
Yeah.
Go do that. Then he can start going to do the research himself and blah blah blah. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
listen, I ain't trying to dog us women out there. I'm a woman, obviously. I'm a woman. But I'm gonna call us out on our shit. Okay? That's it. That's it.
I think a lot of times, and we've said this numerous times before, but I think a lot of times we get stuck on, this is my person. And that's not always the case. Like, it's not always your person, at least not for a lifetime. It's not always the case that this is your lifetime person. So you have to kind of get over that. You know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't meant for you at that time.
At that time.
If y'all together today, but 3 years from now he's with somebody else and he's flourishing, it may not have literally nothing to do with what you did or what you didn't do. Like, it really has nothing to do with you. It just was not meant to be, and that just was not your lifetime person.
Not that
but a lot of
time.
times it's really, really hard for us to get over that. It's really hard for us to get over. You can tell my kids.
Who you looking at?
my son. You can tell when you see. Look, my train of thought is all messed up. It's really hard for us to get over the fact that is not our lifetime. And I realize that it hurts. Like, I'm sure it hurts like hell. It's happened to me. Like, I've been with somebody, and then like 2 years later, like, the person got married, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? You know what I mean? Like, how did that happen? And on the outside seemed to be like a good, healthy relationship. Obviously, I don't know what was happening on the inside. But on the outside seemed like a good, healthy relationship. So of course I'm gonna have some maybe enviousness because it didn't work out that way for us. And you start to ask like, why? Well, damn. Well, what is it about me? What was it about us that didn't work? But maybe it don't have shit to do with you.
Right. Like you said, it's all about timing and what type of headspace that person was in at that point in time. And at that point in time, he was ready to settle down. Okay, and that's who he was with. I told you earlier, I need somebody who's tired. Okay, I need somebody who's tired of running these streets, tired of running these women, and just want to be. He tired.
Right. Tired of chasing.
Yeah, like y'all, like I think men need to get to a point where they feel like they're not missing out on what's out there. I don't want to say the streets, but the
Right.
streets. This is what it is, you know.
So you know, you just brought that up, so it made me just think of something that I had said before. Because I feel like that doesn't happen for men until they're in their like late 30s, 40s.
That's true.
To me, a lot of the times that's if they didn't already get married, like in their 20s or whatever,
like childhood sweethearts or whatever, high school
yeah,
sweethearts and
childhood
stuff.
sweetheart type of thing, right? So if they have been single or whatever, like in their 20s, I feel like they're not really ready to settle down and like really be able to do it until they're like late 30s, early 40s. So my thing is like for women, like at what point are we going to like see that, recognize that, and kind of change our behavior like towards that, right? Because if that's the case, like we're going to continuously be disappointed trying to lock these men down that do not necessarily want to be locked down in their 20s and 30s.
Because all of us have that same mentality at some point in our life. And if you tell me you never had that mentality, I'm going to be mad. All of us have that I can change him mentality. I'm the one that's going to get him to. I hear him. He's not ready to settle down. He's not a one woman man type thing. But I can get him there. I can get him there. So I feel like we need to stop having that mentality and start listening to what these guys are saying. We just gotta start listening. And then but it's kind of hard now because these guys are wolves in sheep clothing now. Like they telling you what you want to hear. So now it's like you got to go off of their actions and you gotta listen to those little subtleties in the words that they're saying. And so, but like you was telling me earlier, we like over time we get better with it about picking up quickly if somebody's worth our time anymore. Like hey. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Now that I'm 44. Now that I'm 44, I know within the first couple of conversations whether not that I know like exactly what is supposed to happen with us, but I know whether I need to continue or not.
Like if he's full of shit or whatever.
I don't give as many like chances. It's like when you're in your 20s, you see like the red flags and you're like, oh
yeah.
No. Now I'm like, red flag? No, sorry, bye. That's it. Like it's not even worth it. Sorry.
Girl, we were seeing them red flags and we weren't paying them damn things no mind. We thought it was a racing.
Green. Ain't that flag green?
We thought it was a racetrack course and we were just going through the damn red flags.
Like a damn obstacle course.
Yeah. Then we broke up like, damn, girl, he showed me all the signs before. I was just not paying attention to him.
In hindsight, you be like, girl, you were dumb.
You
were dumb. That ain't nobody's fault but your own.
Girl, I can't be mad at nobody but myself because that's what I said about the recent ex. I was like, girl, he gave you all the signs before you even said I do. But I thought once we said I do, it was going to be different.
Right.
Bitch was wrong.
Yeah. That gets us caught up a lot of times too. You can't deny the fact that like when you're already in love with somebody or starting to fall in love with somebody, the red flags are not as bright. They're not as bright. They're just kind of like off to the side somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what I think it was pink, girl. I don't even think the damn thing was red. I don't even know what it was, girl. Don't get me going.
Don't get started, Jackie. All right, well, let's get into our question of the week.
What is the question is?
Question of the week. So, a lot of times you see people say, like with mothers, they'll say, well, Black mothers especially, like they coddle their sons and like they're kind of harder on their daughters, or like we were saying last week when we were on, how the relationship that a lot of men have with their mother is kind of turns into like how they treat women when they're adults, or how these young women nowadays don't have any morals or values or, just whatever the case may be. And a lot of times I feel like the parenting, which it should be, is called into play. But to me, and from what I've seen, it rests a lot on the mother. So like the mother is not providing whatever guidance or, whatever the case may be. And I just feel like, where is that responsibility when it comes to the father? A lot of people say, well, you already know. Black men are not in the homes. Black men are in jail. Black men this, black men that. And I'm just like, at what point is that not the the fallback or the excuse anymore, right? Because we know that it has been the case, but at some point, like, things need to start to change, or we need some type of different answer, because this is also Black men that I'm seeing say this. So if you're a Black man and you can say, wow, these mothers, this, and this, and this, you should also be able to say, okay, well, the father, so and so and so. And I feel like I just don't see that.
Girl, you know it all goes back to accountability now. So my thing is, this is probably a sidebar, but kind of related. Do you think it's going to be a time where maybe it'll go back to what it was once upon a time, where there were two-parent homes on a regular? Or
To
you?
be honest with you, no.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because the way, so for it to go back to that way, that means that the people that are young, that are in their 20s now, they would have to start to get married and see that as a thing that they want to do. And then their kids, and then the generation and generation, right? People that are in their 20s now, they don't, I'm not saying all, but I'm just saying, especially the women now, their focus is other places. It's not about being married. That's not like the main focus anymore, or even having a relationship. It's more about their business and education and, different things. Having the freedom to be, where a lot of women in the past didn't have that. And then also the men. We see on social media and just in conversations daily how men don't even really see marriage as something that's important anymore, right? So how would it go back to majority of people being like adults being married? You know what I'm saying?
Basically, it's just gonna keep being. If you deal with somebody and you just so happen to get pregnant, you just gonna be another single mom, and you're gonna have a baby daddy, and you're gonna have a baby mama.
I mean, I just feel like the trajectory, the way that things are going, or maybe it'll like just take longer, right? Because if this, like my daughters are 23 and 24. Let's say my daughters wait until they are in their 30s or 40s to get married. She's already had a son at this point, right? So he'll be like 10, 20 or whatever whenever that happens. Maybe he will see something and she'll teach him something where it'll be different. And he'll say, okay, well, I want to get married, whatever. But if both my daughters are saying, I don't really care. I don't really care about getting married.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal to me. Or even my son is just turned 21. If marriage is not like up here for him, you know what I mean? Like, how is it going to happen?
Yeah, but my thing is, how do you, I don't know, we just keep bringing these beautiful babies in the world, and some of these beautiful babies are being brought in by people who just laid down for one night and can't stand each other. And
Yes.
that's the energy the baby's going to be raised in pretty much till
Right.
the baby's grown and up out the house. And then
Right.
it's just going to start another cycle. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know, but like take me and you, like, well, you was married, you different. I wasn't married when I had my firstborn or nothing like that. I ended up having two more. My firstborn, I will say, she got pregnant in college. She got pregnant her senior year. She did finish, and she's doing great. She's flourishing and good job, and
Right.
she's taking great care of my grandson and everything. But I don't know. Sometimes I know I did everything I could do. Well, I think I did everything I could do as a parent to teach her and guide her. All I could do was give her tools. She firstborn, so you saw all the struggles I went through as a single mom. But the major difference between me and her is she had her career established with before Josiah was even born. I ain't mean to say his name. I ain't want everybody to know my grandson's name. But she had a career established before he was even born. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She graduated. She already had a job lined up, and she had my grandson. Boom.
Right.
I ain't have nothing. I was just working minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go to college and.
Right.
Girl, I don't know. But like you said, where does the responsibility come back to the man, and how the kids are being brought up when they're not a steady constant in the home? Does he feel responsible?
Right.
I want to I can't even get mad at some of these brothers, because some of these brothers don't have no conscience. They knew they didn't want to have no baby. They knew they didn't want to have, but you didn't do nothing to prevent from having a child. This is again accountability. So who's gonna pull out
responsibility?
Who's gonna pull out the condom? Oh, don't worry about it. I'm on birth control. Again, I'm a lady. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna call y'all. Some of y'all women out. Y'all be lying. Y'all don't be on no birth control. Okay. Oh, I must have missed the pill. Okay. All I'm saying is, brothers, if y'all really don't want to have no kids, you take accountability. Either walk away from it or strap it up a few times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And pull it out. I'm just saying. So PSA.
Right. But then when the baby is here, when the baby is here, I mean, it just is like, that is your child. Like, it's your responsibility. So the one thing I can say for my children, it's not so much that I stress like being married, but definitely like being with somebody that you're happy with, and somebody that is responsible and wants the same thing that you want.
Yes.
So for my grandson, I can see that he is, he has mommy and daddy together, and that's literally all he knows. And I pray to God that's how it is for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying?
So
yeah, because that is just as responsible and just as involved and all that. And to me, that's more important. That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Whether you guys are married or not. I mean, that's your child. That's your responsibility. And regardless of what, you should have accountability and responsibility in how that child is raised. If you feel like you got a messed up baby mama and she ain't doing what she's supposed to do, that's your child too. Like, you have rights too. You have responsibility too. You should care as much about that child and how they're brought up and the environment that he's in and what he's being taught, and take some responsibility. Like, that is your child. That's your flesh and blood. You should care a little bit more about, do something about it. Like, don't just say, oh, but my baby mama's fucked up. Okay, well, you was
you fucked up.
Right. And you still have the responsibility to your child. Like, get your child out that crazy baby mama situation. I mean, what the hell?
Girl, listen, that topic is so deep. I don't even know. We ain't gonna go. We ain't even gonna hit halfway down that.
No, we can't. We can't. But that's why we're leaving it up to y'all. So that's our question of the week. What responsibility do Black men have in the raising, I guess, of their children, and what type of adults they become?
And I want to know about Black men who were horn dogs, and now you have a daughter. Like, did that change you at all when your daughter was brought into the world? Because in my mind, it's like, damn, I'm treating women like this. I don't want nobody to treat my daughter like this. And then like start giving examples of how you should be treated, how you should be treated, like King K from the Drunken Knights. That how he raises his 3 girls. They know what to expect from a man, and what is disrespect, and what you know what I'm saying.
Right.
He's shown them all that. So I'm like, guys, do most men do that? That's what I want to know. Or do y'all care? Let me know.
Do you care? Yeah.
Yeah, let me in the code know. Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah, so definitely let us know in the comments. You guys can always the email is up there, so you can always send an email on this topic or whatever show topics you want us to kind of expound on or talk about. Make sure you're following me, Miss Nicole Banks, on Instagram and Twitter.
And make sure
Nicole Banks on Facebook.
Make sure you follow me. I'm just Jackie on Twitter and Instagram, social media. Pretty much all social media. There you go. And we love doing this, guys. So we like bringing y'all these topics. We give y'all shits and giggles. We give y'all some real too. So Q49, you just joined and we about to close the show. But thank you for joining. But make sure you catch the replay, because it was a lot of good topics and stuff, and we want you guys to chime in and give your opinions, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much for everybody that tuned in on the live, and those that are watching the replay. We appreciate you. Make sure you can still send us topics and comments.
Yeah.
As you're watching, please share the broadcast. And on whatever platform that you are watching on. And Jackie and I appreciate you so much. as usual. Until next time.
All right, guys. Bye. Hold on. Here we go. Bam.